Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. My people, whenever you come on here, I wanted to share this video. Whether you're going to watch it on the rerun or whether you're going to watch it live, share this video, right? Now, it is 3 days before the Unity Labour Party convention. 3 days before the Unity Labour Party convention. Remember, in the initial stages, Ralph Gonsalves said that the post of president and vice president of the party is up for grabs. He said that the post of president and vice president for the Unity Labour Party is up for grabs. That means he was willing to vacate the post of prime minister, because if an elected member of the Unity Labour Party is elected president of the Unity Labour Party, automatically he becomes prime minister. We all know that Ralph Gonsalves wants Camilo to succeed him to such an extent where he said that if Camilo don't succeed him, he is going to die in office. But the membership of the Unity Labour Party have to realize that the Unity Labour Party, although it was started and formed by Ralph Gonsalves, it is not his party. It is the membership's party. He does not have the authority to determine he is going to die in office. Right? Let me tell you what is happening in the party. Ralph Gonsalves, Camilo Gonsalves and Julian Francis realize that the majority, 80% of the party, wants Roberto Caesar to be the president of the party and to in turn become prime minister. Ralph Gonsalves, Julian Francis, and Camilo Gonsalves stir up a few members in those people who support Camilo Gonsalves' bid for president to not support Roberto Caesar and to voice their objection venomously, because they are hoping that if by Sunday Camilo Gonsalves can't make a breakthrough and sway the majority of the party to vote for him, these few vocal supporters will cause chaos. Ralph Gonsalves will step in and say, okay, to avoid any confusion, the post of presidents, the presidency is not up for grab. My people, he is going to try to use the confusion which he have encouraged key members to start to die in office. Remember, he done say to certain people, if Camilo Gonsalves don't succeed him, he is going to die in office. So this is the plan for him to take the presidency of the party off of the agenda. So he will remain president and he will remain prime minister, my people. I know for sure that the Unity Labour Party as an organization has a constitution. And in that constitution, there is term limit for every office in the party. There's a term limit on the presidency. There's a term limit on the secretary. There's a term limit on the treasurer. There's a term limit on the secretary treasurer. And there are term limits on every subcommittee that is formed within the party. So Ralph Gonsalves is serving on a term limit. So if his term ups on Sunday, he just cannot decide to sit in the seat of the presidency. It is unlawful. It is unethical. It is going against the laws and the bylaws of the Unity Labour Party constitution. Why are you going to have a constitution if you are going to let Ralph Gonsalves violate the constitution anytime he feels like, then it means the party has no standards. My people, unless they had a bylaw, unless the party voted and instituted a bylaw that will make certain people on the party's agreement to be president for life, to be secretary for life, to be secretary general for life, or secretary treasurer for life, or treasurer for life, it is unlawful for him to do that. And if the party have a bylaw that give anyone the ability to sit in a post without being contested for life, then it is not a democratic process. It is not a democratic process. My people, Sir Ralph Gonsalves cannot announce 2 weeks before the election that the office of presidency will not be contested. When you have an organization with thousands of members, you cannot speak to a few members and say, okay, I will not oppose you for president. What about the other 4,000 or 5,000 members who is a part of the party and may suddenly decide that they are going to contest for the presidency? Remember, you don't have to be an elected member of parliament to contest for the secretary of the party, general secretary of the party, secretary treasurer of the party, or president of the party. You don't have to be an elected member of parliament to contest for these posts. So how can he make a declaration 2 weeks before the election that the seat of presidency will not be contested? And we have big lawyers like Jomo and all of these people who are affiliated to the Labour Party, who cannot read the laws and the bylaws and know that Ralph Gonsalves' action is unlawful and can be contested in the court of law. My people, listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Ralph Gonsalves, Julian Francis, and Camilla Gonsalves don't decide that no business in doing if Camilo is not going to be elected as president of the Unity Labour Party and therefore step into the post of Prime Minister. They have always really set up their little group to overthrow the meeting to ensure that Sabota Caesar is not elected as president. And when they overthrow the meeting, Ralph Gonsalves will step in like the hero and take the office of president of the Unity Labour Party off the agenda. He do not have the rights or the authority to do that. My people, if a small group of people decide to disturb the meeting, a motion can be called right in that meeting to expel those members who disturb the meeting, and when they expel them, have the security at the meeting escort them off the premises. That means they were voted out as members of the party. So this is an easy problem to solve, and to solve right there and then. Because you cannot allow disruptive people in your organization to halt the smooth transition of the leadership. You cannot allow that. The party has to be strong enough, the leadership has to be strong enough to take firm decision to expel any member of the party who decide to go rogue and to disrupt the smooth meeting of the party. If they do it now and they give a slap on the wrist, what is to prevent them from doing it at a future date and from making it a habit in order to get their own way? My people, Ralph Gonsalves' plan has a lot of hole in it. There are easy solutions to these problems. That is why I am here to give them the solution. Next thing, when Sabota Caesar is elected president, because the office of presidency must be put to the people to decide upon. Now, this is what could happen. People must be nominated. The people who are nominated can decline their nomination. If everybody who is nominated is declined, and if some of them is not legitimate nomination, they don't qualify, then the president may get the opportunity to sit back as president. But they must have a nomination process and a declination of those nominations. And there's no one else who have any interest in the office for Ralph Gonsalves to come and say that the presidency will be unopposed in a party with thousands of members. All of those card-carrying members is eligible to run for president of the party in the convention. Every one of those card-carrying members. So for him to discuss with a few of them and say the office of the presidency will not be contested is unlawful, and it is dishonest, and it is an abuse of power. My people, let us get to the election of Sabota Caesar. When Sabota Caesar is elected as president of the Unity Labour Party, and the handful of people that Ralph Gonsalves and Julian Francis, as well as Camilo Gonsalves, set up to disturb the party, there's an easy way to deal with this. Have Camilo Gonsalves, who would lose the election, stand up and make a concession speech, conceding to losing the election. And here are the important points he must bring out. First, he accepts that he, Camilo Gonsalves, lost the election. He accepts that the election was conducted fair and square, and his loss as president was fair and square, and Sabota Caesar is the rightful ruler or leader of the party. He must also vow to give Sabota Caesar his full support as president of the party, and when he is sworn in as Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, he must also encourage his supporters, those who were willing to disturb the meeting on his behalf, to follow their leader and give support to Caesar their full support. And if they refuse to do that, then they are no follower of his, because anyone who follows him and supports him will be compliant to his requests when he makes it. Because if they cannot comply with his request in such a state, that means they are following him for their own benefit, and they will not comply with his rules if he were elected president of the party. My people, you have to do this, and this will squash any problems that Ralph Gonsalves, Julian Francis, and Camilo himself would have created within the party. My people, we have to come to the terms. You have to come to the terms that Camilo must let the people know that we all have to work together to make the Unity Labour Party stronger and to build our nation. My people, Ralph Gonsalves and Julian Francis want chaos. So if Camilo is not elected as president of the Unity Labour Party, Ralph Gonsalves could step in as the hero, calm the chaos, and remain as president. But remember, the Unity Labour Party has a constitution. The constitution must be followed at all costs, even at the risk of losing key and important members. Because if you refuse to follow the constitution, then it does not make sense having a constitution in the Unity Labour Party. And it ceased being a democratic organization, but a socialist organization or a communist organization where we have one person who is dictating to the masses. My people, if what I'm saying here is important, I want you to share this video. Tag Sabota Cizo in this video. Tag Ralph Gonsalves in this video. Tag Camilo and Julian Francis in this video. Share it with members of the Unity Labour Party, because they cannot go into this meeting blindly. You understand? It doesn't matter to me whether Camilo is elected or whether Sabota Cizo is elected, right? But what they're trying to do to Sabota Cizo is not right. It is not right. The democratic process must be allowed to go fair and square. They deprive Vincentian of the opportunity to have a government of their choosing by stealing the election. And they're going to try to disenfranchise Sabota Cizo and his supporters also. My people, Chief Strumblood is saying, I am still St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo, and every Vincentian, no matter what are their political alliance. I am still, you are still my people. Talk to you soon. Share this video. Out.